So I have a problem. There is an ugly 50-year-old paperweight sitting in the back of my garage. But that's not it. I have a slightly bigger problem. I have an even bigger paperweight taking up half the garage. What I'm trying to say is A won't move until B is put into A, if that makes any sense. That means that I need to get started on the engine, so that's what I'm going to do today. Hello, welcome to the second video on my Mustang. Today, obviously by the title, I'm going to be rebuilding my engine. I'm sorry that it's taking so long to upload. I have a lot going on. I got work and school, and so the Mustang's kind of a side thing. If I can get the viewers up, I can get it the priority higher. So a little backstory behind this engine. It's the original engine that came out of the Mustang. It's a 302. It's the original engine, so it's been in there since the beginning. And the engine has been sitting in the back of the garage ever since we moved into this house, so I dragged it out. Before I take this apart, I have to say that I have no idea if I'm going to be able to use this engine, or the reason I wouldn't be able to use it So I'm cutting you off because you don't know how to talk. Basically what I'm trying to say is that it would be horrible if the engine couldn't be used because the cylinder walls were too worn, but I'm not foreshadowing anything. So after I finally disassembled the entire engine, I realized that it was way too worn. It has a lip on it, and the lip is about 0.01 inches. So I looked on Facebook Marketplace one day and I found a 302 from 1975. So I ended up buying it, and it came with a 4-barrel intake. Brought the new engine over to my house and I started to disassemble that. From the 1975 engine, I decided that I was going to use the crank because it was in a lot better condition than mine and it had less scoring on it. I polished my crank using 400 and then 600 grit sandpaper with oil, and it turned out well. Wow. First I took all the main caps off and I replaced the bearings inside after cleaning everything up. And then I put the plastic gauge on, and then I torqued down all the caps. Oh shoot. We are at 0.002 and we're in spec. Okay, the lip faces towards the crankcase. Next was the rear main seal. I put it in properly with the offset along with a dam of gasket sealer. And once that's all in, I put the assembly lube on, the new bearings, and then the crankshaft went back in, and then the caps got torqued down to 65 foot-pounds. Okay, before I do anything at all, I'm gonna clean this off. The previous guy who I bought this engine off of, he coated the entire engine. Instead of assembly lube, he just put grease on everything. I'm assuming so it wouldn't rust, but it's such a mess. I decided that I was going to use the pistons from the 69 engine because I figured why not. I took off the piston rings to check them, and I put them inside the new block, and I checked the gap, and the gap was about 3 times too large.
Look at all that play.
I bought a new set of piston rings, but unfortunately I bought that back when I had this car and I didn't know what I was doing, so I bought rings that were oversized by 0.03, which is a lot. And I had to file them all down. Once I was done with the piston rings, I made sure to cover the pistons in assembly lube and put them inside the block. So I have tightened them down evenly, so they're evenly tightened right now. And I'm going to torque them to 22 foot-pounds. After that, the cam went in. Oh my, I'm stupid. Wrong direction. So for the correct timing on the timing chain, right there, you want this facing towards the crankshaft. And you see that little notch right there? You want that facing towards the camshaft. So here's the correct timing. I put my original oil pan on, unnecessarily torqued it down because I felt that I needed to, and then after that I started putting the heads on. Okay, so everything's all cleaned on, got the water pump on the front, and yeah, I got it all cleaned up, and all I have to do now is tape it and throw some primer in it. Check it out. All masked up. Okay, I'm about to put paint on it. Okay, here we go. Check it out. Unfortunately for now, it's going to be sitting back in the place where it was originally sitting, because I would like to get the suspension and the braking and the steering and everything all in before I put the engine in, because it just makes it so much easier. Honestly, it looks really good sitting right there, and it's another thing off the checklist, getting closer to being done with the project. Like I said, please don't take any advice from this video. Please don't try to learn from this video. It's just what I did for my engine. If you were gonna rebuild your own engine, I would ask that you please do a lot of research. I did months of research myself, and I still didn't feel confident with what I was doing most of the time. Thank you guys for watching so much. I have another video that is eventually going to come out, probably a month or two. It's finishing the bodywork of the car. I have my new doors all put on, and I'm getting ready to finish the gaps and everything, and it's getting there, and some extra surprises that I probably shouldn't be showing in the video. Please share my series if you can. I love doing projects and I love showing them, and more viewership would mean so much to me. I mean, you guys watching right now is already really exciting for me. Have a good day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.